Hello everyone, so this is day 3 of my job and I'm about to go into my shift, and I've been thinking overnight about all the things that I've already noticed about this job. And as with every other job, I'm overqualified to be there. I know too much. People don't feel comfortable about that. But also everything I was doing that's positive, that I'm excelling at, in the same sort of range the other way, I'm being disrespected. So things are being said to imply certain things, and they have nothing to do with my ability to do the job. In fact, I'm very good at doing the job. I've got experience and I've picked it up right away. So I'm at a point where I'm basically, I'm trained. I know everything now. And that's a lot of that's got to do with my previous experience. The issue is, like I said, the more I think about it, the more, obviously you try to make things work. You want, to be in a job. And I'm always compromising because it's good to be in work. But what I'm compromising is my spiritual growth. And since I've started this job, I haven't been able to do any of the spiritual things I normally do. And as a result, I think I've been feeling down and affected by this 3D vibration that I'm surrounded with at work. And this is the issue: is my job, I think, is to keep up the vibration for myself and for other people. And how can I do that if I'm surrounded by people who, are dense? They don't see um, what they're doing, and they don't see the beauty of you as a person, as somebody that's helping their business. They've got me there because they know that people will want to come there, because I'm actually a very nice person as well to talk to people. And, they need a face for the business. So I feel I excel in a lot of ways, but they are, making stupid comments like, oh, people have to be up to our standards. They don't have any standards. They are people who have come from a country town into the city with the same mentality, and they will read into things that aren't there, and they will misinterpret things that are good, but they don't see them, which is not good for their business. And I'll give you an example. I've been asked personal questions about my life, and basically there were questions where the lady was trying to figure out how old I was. And even though I've given her my CV, you can tell when I went to school and everything, people generally know, right off the bat, I have nothing to hide, how old you are. But, she figured out how old I was. So now she's starting to make comments about, people who work there who are younger than me. My age has nothing to do with the job. Yes. One, I don't look my age. If I told you my age, you'd be shocked. Yes. And I think I look very good for my age. Two, it's not written on my forehead that people are going to come in and say, oh, that person's this old. And you know what the funny thing is? People who come into this place are all over 50. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. It's a place where older customers come. You don't get any of the younger people coming in. So for that reason, I've also got the maturity to be able to have a conversation with the customers. But now age is being held against me as well. First I need to look good. Then why do I look good? Now I'm older, but it doesn't show, but I'm still older. But they know I'm older. And it's got nothing to do with, in fact, my life experience has enhanced their business. Like I said, I can point out things that I see. I've actually done everything from cleaning everything to that needs doing, from bottom to top to keep a business running. If something needs doing, I've done it. I left late on the very first day because I was busy cleaning something for them that I felt needed doing. There's a puddle on the floor and it was just there. Nobody would do anything about it. And that's a health and safety issue. And it was a fridge that was leaking. And I mopped it up before I left that shift. And I went in on the second day and it was drier. It was still drier than when I had seen it firsthand. And I was saying to the lady that if we mop it up, on a regular basis, there won't be a puddle there. I didn't really want to tell her it's a danger because people get insecure when they have a business. But that's up to me now. It's up to me to keep mopping up that floor because nobody else is going to do it. The point I'm trying to make is I've run my own business before, yes? So, you have to be willing to do anything and everything that needs doing to make your business a success. And I am willing to do that, and I have done that already. Another thing this lady does is she doesn't let anybody do everything. She'll jump in and she'll press buttons and she'll go and see a customer before you even get a chance to know what's going on. For instance, the guests that they were talking to yesterday, we're ready for another drink. How would I know that? They are the ones that are sitting with the guests, yes? I mean, I've gone in and asked earlier if they wanted a drink. But and then she comes speeding in, making the drink herself, and then taking it out again, like I'm not doing anything. So either they want me to do the job or they don't want me to do the job. At the moment, I'm finding my feet. I'm trying to find out what their routine is, what their expectations are. A lot of it is normally with a business, it's people like things done a certain way, and I just need to know how they like their things done. But there's no point, being brash like that when somebody hasn't even had a chance to see how you function. Now I know that even if they are sitting with people and they are working at the pub and they know people need a drink, it's up to me to figure that out, to keep watching them, to see, despite serving other customers, that and that drink, it better look perfect as well. Whatever I'm serving, it better look fantastic. And I really want to make it work, but I'm going against what my head is telling me. My head is telling me, get out of there. And I thought I'd reached a point in my life where I don't put up with any nonsense. And on the other hand, I'm thinking it's a very difficult time to find work. Everybody wants to be in a job. I'm very lucky to have this job. But the downside is she could get rid of me anytime. You know what happened this first week? There was a boy that was working on the first day I went in. And she made some excuse of which I actually didn't believe. And basically, she's supposed to give him a week's notice if she's going to fire him. And she's already fired him. He was a part-time member of staff. For me, I thought it was fine. I didn't find anything wrong with him. But she made some excuse of like he stole money or something like that. And she's got rid of him. And then yesterday, when they were sitting with the guests, they were talking about it with the guests. The husband was saying, "Oh, I got rid of him," bragging about it. And then saying, "Oh, he wanted to help me in the kitchen as well. He wanted me to do this and that, but I didn't let him. I just got rid of him." And this poor chap was a international student doing his master's degree. Apparently, he'd just arrived into the country a few months ago and probably really needed the money. And without excuse, and probably was doing a fantastic job, and that's why they kept him on. As soon as I came on board, they got rid of him. And this is what my worry is, that even if I choose to stay, in the background, they could be looking for someone else soon. And they are looking for a part-timer on the weekends, they say. But if they like that part-timer more than me, that part-timer can stay and they can get rid of me. They can make that part-timer a full-timer. Because now, on top of everything else, the woman has to worry about her husband having an affair with me. Yeah? And will I do that for the job? And that's a no-no. And that's him as well. Him getting pissed because I won't have sex with him. or let him touch me or be around me, or when he puts his arm around me, moving away. I just tried to say something yesterday and he said he doesn't like being told what to do by a woman. And that's even when he's in the wrong, which means there's no way for me to even talk to them. And what I was trying to say to him was what he was trying to teach me how to make didn't look good. It was dribbling all down the sides of the glass when the customer was giving it. And the wife thought I had made it and he had made it because he was drunk and he was showing me something. So there's all sorts of things that are going through my head. And soul-wise, spirituality-wise, the messages I'm getting are that I'm supposed to know what lessons I'm learning here, because I'm putting in a situation that I'm resisting, obviously, because of the circumstances. But they say what you resist persists. So what is that? So is it that if I stay in the job, I'm resisting being treated the way I am? The point of the matter is, you're supposed to be in your power, yes? And the way I see myself being in power in this situation is leaving the job. Straight off, that's it. Or is it saying to me, you have to stand up for yourself in the job, as in tell them, that you won't put up with this kind of nonsense, which I can't do. They're not people I can reason with. Like I said, the husband's already having a go at me and he can fire me as well if I try to speak up. So for me standing in my power in this job is leaving it. It's a lovely place to come to have a drink with a friend, whatever. And the reason I just took it is because it's a job. It's close to my home. It's a nice environment. They have nice things there, nice products. And, I just did it for the sake of having a job, because there's a lot of people out of work, a lot of businesses down. And also, it's very iffy because people can close down anytime again. And but the way these people operate, I thought to myself, I noticed like they've only opened about 3 weeks ago. They've taken on 2 part-timers. One young girl is going to stay. The boy that was there, the international student, they've already got rid of. And the background that boy comes from is the same as mine. So he would be a hard worker. He would be diligent. He would be doing what he needs to do, especially as an international student, because it's a survival mode for him. It's something he needs. That's why he's there. But if they can do that to another member of staff, they can do it to me. Without notice, they can, get rid of me. Funny thing is, she gave me the contract on the first day and was raring for me to bring it in the next day. I went in yesterday. She didn't even say hello to me properly. She was angry, and I don't even know why. And I just walked in, and this is the day after I'd stayed late the previous day. She didn't take the contract from me. At the end of the day, she said, "Oh, if you haven't filled it in," because there was a couple of things I hadn't filled in. I had said to her, I need to ask her, like the rate of pay and things like that. And she said, "Oh, if you haven't filled it in, you can bring it in another day." Meaning, think about whether you want to be here, or let me think about whether I want to hire you. So I took the contract back home. I didn't sign it. Still in my bag. And I'm not going to take it in, I think. I'll work the week that she's given me. Gives me something to do. I've met some nice customers there, really nice people. And, we'll see what happens. But I really can't see myself continuing with this job. Because if I say yes, then in the following week or 3 weeks down the line, they could get rid of me. Because now there's a lot of people looking for work. And she doesn't want a sexy girl. She wants a sexy girl for the customers so they can be drawn in. But she doesn't want one with her husband, putting his hands everywhere. And I'm going to get the blame. Anything he does, I'm going to get the blame. And I know that other lady, the other new member of staff that saw everything that was going on yesterday, I know she blames me as well. Because she also is a new member of staff. She can't say anything to the people who are running the place. she's going to think I'm the one that's being that way. And why aren't I putting a stop to it? And like I said, if I say anything, they're going to tell me to go home. So because I'm dealing with unstable people, which has been a lot in all of my jobs, has been the main reason why I've left. It's prominent. It's ongoing. Stupid people put in positions of power that they don't really know what they're doing. Spirituality, I can understand. As far as seeing things from a spiritual perspective, they don't see it because they're not spiritual people. But just from a common sense point of view, they're so like. They remind me of my childhood. When you're a child, your range is very narrow. You don't have a wide perspective of the world because you haven't seen the world yet. And on some level, I thought it was a very simple place to work in because there's not high expectations. But the expectations that are there are misconstrued. They are seen from small town level sort of glasses, and everything that's big city is just it's seen as something else. They don't see the treasure in their hands. They don't see, the positivity I bring to the place. And I'm suffering for it. So, spiritually speaking, I'm trying to figure this out. Do I stay? Do I go? If I go, I'll be out of work again. If I stay, I could be out of work. So, and I think for me, the main thing is, am I happy there? And I'm happy except the way, her husband was behaving. I didn't like it. And if people are drinking like that, it's going to happen on a regular occurrence. And it will get to a point where he touches me or does something, especially if his wife's not around, because there's going to be shifts now where, because I know what I'm doing, I'm going to be left with either of them. Either the husband or the wife will be on the premises at any given shift. And if I'm with him, so I think it's going to be difficult. And do I have to give up to letting him behave how he wants to keep my job? No. So I'm keeping this to myself. I'm going to work the week that they've given me and, see how things go. Frankly, I don't think things are going to improve because the more I'm there, the more I see why I don't want to be there. And the sad thing is, I was wondering in this 3D world if there exists a place where I can be at peace, work, be respected. And I haven't come across it yet. I've worked everywhere. I have a degree. I've worked in low-end jobs, I've worked in high-end jobs, I've worked in the middle, I've worked everywhere. I have so much experience. And I'm willing to do anything and everything. I've run my own business, all sorts of things I've done. And, I like to help people, I like to support them. But I do feel that I'm always taken advantage of, and maybe that's the lesson for me, is that, we compromise far too much to be in a job these days. And we do have choices. And we don't have to compromise anymore on our values, on our free will. And as far as free will goes, he's crossing the boundary with me. He's trying to play around with me when his wife's on the premises and I'm not interested. No one's asked me how I feel about this. It's quite upsetting actually, because now today I'm with him on my own because the wife has an appointment at the dentist. She's having something out, tooth or something like that, and she's not going to be there the whole day, so I'll be with him on my own. So stay tuned in. At the end of the day, I shall make another video and I'll let you know how the day went. So I'll leave it here for now, and we'll talk again soon. See you. Bye. And please leave a comment. Nobody ever leaves a comment. Leave a comment. Thank you.